viewers, wherever you're watching this and at whatever time you're watching this, I hope you're having an amazing day or you had an amazing one. Because trust me, I'm having a good one. Well, my name is Just Goody, and you are welcome to People and Personalities, where we have the most heartfelt and honest conversations with some of your favorite celebrities and influencers. Well, thank you so much for always tuning in, and please do not forget to like, subscribe, to share, and to comment. Our guest of the day, she's an actor, a scriptwriter, a director, a producer, and a Guinness World Record attempter of 139 hours, 60 minutes. That's like approximately 5 days and some hours. But trust me, that is a lot. And she is none other than Ojumola. Bello. Hello, ma, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the show.
It's my pleasure.
First of all, before we go in, I'd like to commend your effort. It takes a lot of courage and so much dedication to be able to act for an entire 5 days. I mean, little rest, little sleep. How did you go about that?
There was no sleep.
Wow. Well, before we go deep into your attempting the Guinness World Record, let's walk through your journey as an actor, as an actress. When did you start? What compelled you to start? Why did you choose acting as a career?
Okay. That has been my dream from childhood.
Okay.
From my primary school to my secondary school. I'm this person that's always active whenever it comes to cultural dancing, whenever it comes to drama group.
Okay.
I'm always fronting. I've always been the one that will organize people. Okay, let's do this. I'll write it. Okay, what's up?
Okay.
So it has always been my dream. So when I grew up, after my secondary school, I told my parents that this is what I wanted to do. Of course, they wanted me to be a lawyer, but that's not my thing. So I insisted, and they were like, okay, I'm not going to go for theater arts. So I said, okay, maybe mass communication, and they agreed, and I went for mass communication. And after then, I started acting gradually. I have a friend that used to be an actress then.
Okay.
So I would follow her to places, I would tell them, I can do this, I can do it. They were giving me chances, but it was not really much like that. Because it seems I was not really serious with it. So like I'm conscious.
Like you just come in and go
Yeah.
out.
So until I now met Ibrahim Yekin Bakari as a Teledi icon.
Okay.
I met him through Kemiti
Okay.
and Cecily. So she introduced me to him and I started attending his rehearsals. I became a student, obtained the form. I graduated from him, and while I was in the school, he saw how active I used to be, and he was like, I have this ginger. Yeah, it's like I have this. So it was not like, okay, maybe I should just try to apply for directing. So I said, okay, maybe I can do it. And I did, and to God be the glory. While I was with him, I used to be his continuity manager too. While I was still the student.
Wow.
I used to be continuity manager. I used to write script
and during this whole transitioning thing from wanting to be an actress to, learning to be a producer, to be a content, was there a time where you felt like, come on, now this is not what I wanted. I wanted to be on the screen already.
There has always been a time like that because, as human, we all have our goals and we set it. So most times the will of God will always come first. So sometimes when you plan things that this is the way I want it to be, maybe God has his own way. So if it doesn't work like that, we get frustrated. Maybe it's even for our good, for our own good. Yeah. But we just get frustrated. Like, this is not what I plan for myself. It's so slow. I expect everything to be so speedy But with time and with prayers, you just feel that God will still comfort you and make you feel like, okay, you're doing better than so many people.
Yes.
At the end of the day. So we're good.
It's funny how this was something I put out yesterday, considering telling people that we all have this idea that we want things to work out like very, very fast for us. Like you should come in bed of roses and glitters. I mean, like I'm putting a lot of effort. The effort should be thrown back. But God has different plans for you. And saying that you saying the same thing, it's just like I get the message and I want somebody else gets the message out there. Before we move further, your parents, they didn't exactly want you to study theater art and all that. Yeah. So when you did you start going for rehearsals while you were still in school after you were done with school?
No, while I was still in school.
So
I would even sneak out of school to come to locations.
did they ever find out?
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
Yes, but my elder brother,
Okay.
his friend's mom saw me on screen and snapped and sent to my brother's friend. And my brother was like, "What's this?" So I told you I want to be an actress, and you said it's cool. So
at least it's not affecting my education.
That is it.
So that's good. That's good. What was the first movie you participated in?
Can I remember? I'm not sure.
You can remember?
I'm not sure.
How many years ago was that?
Jeez. That would be like 12, 13 years ago.
That's such a long
Because
time.
my first production was 11 years ago.
That's a long time. And I can see how much growth you had to accumulate over the years.
Okay.
What was the first movie you produced as a producer?
Ojumola was the title.
Ojumola, what year was that?
That was, I think, 2011.
2011. What was the hardest part of producing a movie by yourself at that time?
The hardest part was the fear of in getting your capital back. The fear of realizing it back.
The money that is spent.
Yes. They made it known to me that, don't worry, this movie you want to produce, you just want to use it to pay for it for yourself. So don't expect anything
you know.
Not even the capital. Yes.
So
and it happened exactly like that.
So it's more like an investment that is not expected to yield anything at
any
time.
profit. Yeah.
So when you did you start making profit after your second production or your third production or your fourth or fifth?
I would not say profit, but at least over time I've been getting my capital.
You've been getting capital. So how was it?
Except the last one though.
The last one. Don't worry.
It was really bad.
Was that bad?
It was really, really way too bad.
Okay, so before my question, if you had to weigh the first production that you had where you know that you were not expecting anything and the recent one that you did and you fell, what was which one would you say eats differently, eats the most rather?
The last one.
And did you get Fortress?
What happened is that when I wanted to produce this last one,
okay,
I think the first thing that affected it was the title. The title was Loser.
Okay.
May we not be a loser.
Amen.
So when I wanted to produce it, that was my first direction. That was the first movie I directed. So when I wanted to produce it, I gathered all that I had. I put in everything that I have, the strength, the money, everything.
Very substantial.
Everything I put in, thinking that it was going to yield a lot of profit. So at the end of the day, it was nothing to even talk about.
Well, let's thank God for growth and for better production that will come in. So as a producer, what would you say is the first thing that should be at the back of your mind?
The first thing that should be at the back of your mind as a producer that is not yet well known, that you have not really attained that stardom. The first thing that should be in your mind is that you are not doing it for business. You are not doing it for business.
You're not doing it for
business. You know, when you want to do something for business, you'll be expecting turnover and all of that. So once you don't put that in your mind, you will not be disappointed. You will not be frustrated. Because sometimes when you put that in your mind before producing and it turned out to be the way my last production did, you will get frustrated and you will not even want to do more. You will get tired. You will fall out of interest.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I hope that this is like a general thing for everybody because you know that sometimes it springs from personal experience and other people do not necessarily see it like that. If you're also a producer out there, I hope you also understand that not expecting interest, or rather, if you're a fresh producer, that should be the word. For somebody that is new into acting or probably just graduated from from an academy, so you should know that if you want to produce, generating return of investment should not be the first thing in your mind. Right? It should be more about quality and then quantity
selling
than
yourself,
let people see you. So that way you don't get disappointed. Thank you so much for sharing that amazing journey. So, overall, how would you classify your journey to acting?
Satisfactory.
satisfactory? It
Yeah.
was like, can you put it into perspective?
Like, I'll just say that I am this person that I am always contented, of course.
Okay.
And so what I would just say is that if you ask me to classify it, I will say that good, maybe good.
Good.
Not bad,
Hmm.
but not excellent.
The way they say that, Oji no see designer or sumo tailor.
Yeah.
I get it. And the good thing at the end of the day is knowing that either on the long run or the short run, you are feeling fulfilled
Yes.
in what you're doing. It might not be the best of what you expect. It might not be coming as shiny as you expect, but for every step that you take and for every effort that you put in, you're feeling like you're growing.
Of course I'm growing.
So as far as you're growing, I'm happy for you and congratulations to more growth to come.
Thank you.
So let's go into the Guinness World Record before every other thing. When you wanted to attend the Guinness World Record, what prompted you? Was it should I say was it a dream or was it the Holy Spirit that told you that okay attend it, or was it the pressure that okay people were just there's somebody that did for the food, somebody that did for painting, and you just felt okay nobody's doing it in the arts industry, should I take the leap, or you just wanted to put yourself out there to challenge yourself?
Okay, firstly, I am this person that I do not follow trends. I have that problem.
That's very
They
good.
say this clothes is raining, you will not see me buy it. This phone, everybody's after this phone, I'm not going to buy it. Anything gadget that everybody wants to use. So I'm not this person that will say that because somebody is doing something I want to do it. No. I was in a public bus. I did not travel with my car. I went to Oyo.
Okay.
It's my bus location. Yes. When I was coming back, I took a public bus, and inside that bus, something just struck my mind like, I want to do something that a girl of my age is not going to try. What is that thing? Guinness World Record. Two things do not come to my head. It was just
that struck your mind.
Guinness World Record, and immediately I called my boss, I called my godmother, I called Kemiti. I told them that I want to do this. And three of them were like, you can do it now, it is you. When you say you want to do something, you will do it. I said, okay, I can do it.
That's the biggest flex.
And I called my friend, Aru Roimat, also. She's a writer, of course.
Okay.
I want to do this. Roima was like, Ajija was top notch. You can do it, Oju. Oh, yeah, let's plan. Before I know it, she has created WhatsApp group. We added people. Okay. What's the first thing to do? We need to send mail to Guinness World Record. So we send the mail. Their response was so swift. I was like, really? Okay. I was asked to pick convenient dates for me, so I did. I sent it back to them. After their response, I said, okay, so I can kickstart. This thing I'm saying, it took me like 4 months.
Yes, to get the whole planning together.
So I had to, because I needed to wait for their response every time I sent mail to them, so that it's not going to be a wasted effort.
Exactly.
Yes. So when they accepted and they sent me mail that I've been accepted, I can attempt and all of that. There was a time I had delay because I asked them that, can I speak Yoruba, or they want me to be on the universal language, which is English.
Yes.
They said I should speak any language I'm comfortable with. I said, okay, no problem.
That's very good.
So I picked Yoruba and I was adding touch of English. It's not my father's tongue, so I'm not really fluent in it.
Okay, no stress.
So I just did it, and then I was like, okay. I felt really fulfilled, like I wanted to do this time. I'm doing it already. That's why I was doing it.
That's enough.
More than enough. Yes. I felt fulfilled. I already felt like a champion and special too.
That's very good. I think I'm trying to put myself in your mind. That when you said, okay, I want to do this, and then this is one thing that they say about telling people your idea. I feel like if when you called your boss, called your friend, called your people, and then they said, are you sure you can do this? They don't probably have certain. But then giving you the courage that, don't worry, you can do that one itself is enough morale to make you like, then most definitely I'm going to make this work.
I could not wait. I
That's
wanted the day to come so
Like,
fast.
sharp. I think I get this over way. That's very good. So I'm sure that there was a record before that.
I think 12 years ago.
And how many hours
From
was that?
India. I think it was 4 days.
4 days. Okay. I see why you had to do 5 days.
Yeah.
So, what was the hardest part of doing the whole of the entire process?
Day 4.
Day 4. What happened on day 4?
I was forgetting things. I was misbehaving. When they tell me something, I was overreacting. I was crying unnecessarily.
Okay.
I don't know. Sleep is very important. To sleep is very, very important. We should not skip our sleep. It's very important. We only run mad. It's really very important to sleep.
Wow.
Yes, therefore I realize what God has done for us, giving us that space to sleep. Jesus.
When the fatigue sets in.
It was terrible.
Wow.
The world was on my head. What is happening? My boss, people were calling my boss. My boss was like, let her stop, let her stop, let her stop. I said, I'm not going to stop.
Why do this? Come this far. Why
I'll
did
do
you
it.
stop?
I'll do it. I was just putting in all my effort. My strength was double because I was talking to my head like, you need to do this.
Plenty of people in your brain.
So,
wow, that's a lot. And I can understand because they wanted to be like, okay, I think I can still do it. Okay, at that point, what it was at day 4, and then you also cross your mind that, okay, this person, the former older also did 4 days. Like, why did I just do another 1 hour and just stop? Why did you want to push forward to go to like 5 days and, a couple of hours more?
Because my watchword is whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. So if I want to take your certificate from you, it has to be worth it. Yes, because somebody is coming to take it from me. So I need to give that person a big task.
Let them try hard. Let them be in your shoes. Not in a bad way, but let them experience what you have to go through to get that.
Yes, and they will have to think twice before they want to collect it from me. But they'll feel like, because that person we have to do 6 days plus, even 7 days.
To be able to beat your 5 days. I really, really understand. That's a lot. But what are the measures that you put in place before the attempt? You know that they say that you need to go to the gym, get enough sleep. What are those things that you have to do?
Yes, I did the ASL for 3 days. I did not sleep.
Okay.
I was just eating.
Like an entire 3 days, you didn't sleep to see how long you can go.
Yes, I didn't sleep for 3 days, and it was more difficult. The first 3 days that I used as rehearsal was very difficult. But the first 3 days during my attempts was easy.
Was it that because
I tried? So it was the day 4.
Because you did not do 4 days. Your body's telling you you're already passing your breaking point.
Yes.
Was there any time where you wanted to just give up? I know that she was striving to make sure that you do that, but either we like it or there's a time that tells us in our mind like, okay, I think I've done enough. Was there a time for you like that?
No.
Really?
I was asked to stop by force. My boss had to call.
Like, so you knew that you could have gone?
Yes, I wanted to do 6 days. So it was just remaining few hours for me. Once I take it to the morning, because it was in the midnight I stopped.
Okay.
So once I take it to the morning, I'm good.
Cursed it.
But it did not allow me.
So did you feel bad? Like
No. They were looking out for me. That's because they love me.
That's a very good mindset because some people can be so. I don't mean to be rude, but some people can be unreasonable and be like, because I'm the one that is doing it, because they're not doing it, they're trying not to make me.
It's because that
achieve what I really want to
reasonable
achieve. That's very good. That's very good. But if you look back at the whole experience, what do you think you would love to do differently?
The awareness before the attempt. So I think maybe I should have rented speaker because in this our country, I reached out to so many people. I went into their DM.
Okay.
I was talking back to back. Me and my team, we log in my Instagram and with 3 phones, and we're doing it, messaging people. So they said that was not enough. So I think the thing I would have done differently was create so much awareness that people said I came in.
And people did not show up as much as you would have expected, or even lower than you would have expected. How did that make you feel?
I felt bad, but then I stayed jiggy.
Yeah, like you just have to keep your
I'm doing my thing.
You have to keep your mind focused. Because at the end of the day, you're not doing it for people, you're doing it for you. So that really makes sense for people to be there to support you. Considering like the other attempts that we've seen over the past few months and over a year now. So it would have made sense for people to also be there for you. But I understand, I understand. But if you look back, is there anybody that you felt like you really wished? I know that you were trying to stay strong, stay focused, and really not put your hopes on people. But is there somebody that you wish that was there for you but wasn't?
A lot, right? But I don't want to mention
You
it.
don't want to mention.
Let them have their peace.
But if you had to, without mentioning names, I hope that's safe. I hope this is safe for you. If you had the mind to say one thing to them that is not too messy, but one word or a few sentences to them, what would you say?
I will just tell all of you that you know that you're supposed to support me. Like the relationship we had, you are in that best position to come out for me. People are supposed to be seeing you almost every day. Like, yes, I'll talk any head road to Ojumola, and you were not there. I'll make it.
Please, don't look at me. Look at the camera.
I am going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'll make you proud. I know you did not show up because you don't want to be proud of me. Or probably you're scared of what I'm going to become. But don't worry. I'm not going to drag you down. You're there already.
Nah.
You're up there already. I'm not going to drag you down. Ojú ọ̀run tẹ́ here for life. And the sky is wide enough. So don't worry, I'm going to make it. And you are going to be proud. And you tell people that, that's my girl. Ojumola Bello. You will call me and put the phone on speaker. Mark Bensi, my baby. And I'll say, hello, sir, hello, ma. Kimabo, and I will drag my hair and come and meet you. I will give you that respect that you do not work for. Peace out. And I love you.
You know, the thing is, I love that subtle reply. It's very subtle, but I hope that not just for you, but for other young actors and actresses that are coming up, that are looking up to people in, not to directly say anybody, but are looking up to people that they feel like they are their people, that they are mentors, that they are brothers and sisters. I hope you know that this life you can't do it alone. Yeah. You need people, and for you to have reached out to them is because you realize that you can't do this alone.
Yeah.
You need them, even at the end of the day, God was all that you need, and the people that were there for you. But I hope that if you're watching this, if this is directly or indirectly to you, I hope you'll be able to pay this forward to the next person that might be in this position.
Very important.
Yes, and I want to say congratulations to you, because at the end of the day, you're here and they're waiting for the results. So yeah, you can shout, yeah! Mrs. Bello, the Guinness World Record holder for the longest actor in Nigerian body. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I got an info before we started the program that you gave birth to your child, so a few months before then.
Yeah, my baby is 1 year and 6 months now.
Yeah. What was the month difference between when you gave birth and when you had to do the abortion?
My baby was already 1 year 4 months.
1 year 4 months. Okay. Yeah. But not too bad. But how was it for you not being able to, to cuddle your baby,
to even see her? Because the baby is not allowed to be inside her home.
Wow.
So she was at home.
She didn't come to the hall for 5 days.
Yes, out of the 5 days, she was sick for 3 days. And she was teething. So I was hearing them talking about it, and they were saying, "I'm here, go." So boy, I'm here, go. Me not suffer. I'm paying me go.
I cannot hear anything.
She's going to be fine. Baby is a strong baby, just like her mama.
Yes,
she's going to be fine. She's just teething.
But outside of the supports and the moral mentality you're trying to give yourself, how are you really feeling?
About my baby?
Yes, about not being able to be with a baby, about having sick.
I wasn't feeling good about it, but it is what it is.
Please, at the end of the day, when you collect,
she's here with me now.
I mean, when you collect the certificate, you give it to her. This is what
she
your mother
will tell it to her friends in the future that my mother once broke the Guinness World Record.
That's
to be to her glory.
That's the and the amazing part is it's going to be there for years. Even if somebody comes and break it, it's going to be in record that there was a time when one amazing young actress from Nigeria named Ojumola Bello broke the world record for the longest acting. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, well, leaving that, I want to ask you something. Between acting, directing, producing, script writing, which one do you find the most convenient?
acting.
And the why?
Because it's me.
I mean, like, you could just be directing and just telling people, come on, act like that. You know, there's this thing that comes in, even though you're not an actress. When people acting, you just like, they're not supposed to be acting like that. You know, that's how we, the keyboard warriors, always do. Like, but that never occurred to that, okay, I really want to be this person.
What I really wanted to be, and that I love most that I am,
okay,
is being an actor. I just want to act.
That's very good. But what do you like the most about being an actress?
Being another person, being who I am not. Being a mad woman, of course I'm not mad. Being a drug addict, I don't take drugs. Being a housewife, I'm not married. You understand?
Yeah,
being a police officer, I've never been any force before. So being who I am not and doing it like I am that person. Taking that character upon myself, not acting it, being that person.
That's it.
I love that part a lot. Challenging roles. I love it.
And that's the amazing part about acting, because it allows you to leave yourself out of the frame and be somebody else. They call it impersonation, so impersonate somebody, but not in a bad way. Definitely, you don't get that wrong.
Just to pass message.
Yeah, just to pass a message. Like, what's the hardest part about being an actress?
The hardest part about being an actress is that. What is that? Is there anything hard? I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I love every part of being an actress. I don't know.
That's very good though. It's not a lot of people that have this conviction, because somehow there's always this underlying feeling like, oh God.
Nothing is underlying. I'm good. So I'm this person that I love every part of acting. Especially to the point that calling action for me is a thing of joy.
I don't want to sound sexual, but it's just like, it just gives you the feel like get into it and let's get moving.
Like, action is a very romantic word for me. Because action is my love language. If a man wants to love me now, you tell me
to money. This man's
money is not my love language.
No,
I
don't mean directly that, you know, but you know when you say that
80% of Gen Z, what do they call it?
Yeah,
80% of us, of course, money is our love language.
Yeah.
But me, film is my love language. If you want me to love you heaven and earth, don't worry, just establish.
Just bring production.
Let me be producing, be dropping money. Let me be producing film, be dropping money. I will love you to the moon and back.
You have heard it. You are hearing it firsthand.
So now, I love getting action for real. So I don't have any bad feeling about
that's very good. But in the younger days, I mean, when you just started, what was the hardest part for you then?
And when it just started, the hardest part was the fact that my family were not really in support of it. So
that was
hide and seek.
But if you were to give an advice to, not to you in particular, but to somebody that is fresh into the industry, what's that advice that you give to the person?
I'll just tell you that know what you're doing. Use your head so that you will not be used. Yes.
That's
use your
deep.
head so that you will not be used.
That's deep. So use your head so that you will not be used. So before we move on, there is this narrative. I'm not trying to put anybody in any box, but over time, I don't want to pin it down. But let's just say a rumor that directors, producers, casting directors tend to want have one or two things to do with younger, even both the male and the female, considering how the world is right now. What's your perception?
This question keeps popping up in all my interviews.
Yeah. I mean, it's your line of work, and it's just something, like I said, I don't want to pin it down, but it's more like, let's just call it
I
rumor.
understand.
And it's what a lot of people always say that, this director did this, so this producer did this to me. What is your perception? Did you ever, at any point, experience that in your career?
Yes, I did, of course. But then, I'll tell you that it's not like they want to rape. You want stardom, you want fame. And they feel like 80% of our mom upcoming anymore. So that's why they used to feel like, okay, to pin you down, you want me to help you, but to pin you down, let's be having a relationship. So it's not like they are taking advantage, except you want anybody to take advantage of you.
But what do you think about the idea? I understand that, okay, they're trying to make sure that this person sits within them and make sure that, okay, at least their effort in bringing you up and training you does not go to it. But do you think that the right way to go about that is telling the person that okay, we need to have something? Because at the end of the day, we can still do that, and I'm still gonna go. Except the fact that the idea is just going to be out there that okay, I've been with this person, I've been with this person. But do you think that's like the best mode of approach to this thing?
It's not all of them that give it the same approach.
Okay.
But to the few that do, I don't know if there is anybody that's giving me this approach, then definitely I will say that the girl can actually resist.
Okay.
And say no. But because 80% of our girls know, oh wow, they want it to be so speedy. So they will say, okay. If it's for this, I can give you that.
Okay.
So
okay. Well, you just said earlier that you also had an experience like that. How did you deal with your for somebody that doesn't really want to? I didn't want to.
I walk away. He did not drag me. He did not pin me down. He talked with me just the way we are sitting. I want to Ojumola, they like you. But me to worry. They won't even tell you that. They are not animals.
They won't tell that this is what.
No, now they are human. They just like you and they are what's up with you. Èmi máa sọ pé rárá o. Àwọn máa rò lọ́kàn pé kémi máa lọ sí film. Bóyá o lè lómi tó ń fẹ́ ní industry. They will not want to believe that you don't have another person. So you just want to be using my head. Me, I'll be using you. I'll be using you in my film. So there's no big deal.
In as much as I'm not.
And it's happening in all fields.
In all fields.
Even in media àtàwà yìí.
Yes.
Yes, now.
In as much as I'm not a fan of this club, so I hope that you youngsters out there that want to get famous and be out there, I hope you use your head. This is what they are looking up to. Before they use you, let me use that word. I hope you use your head before they use it. But people that are looking up to, before you say, you think that this person did not also do this, or that person did not also do that, it took years of hard work. Do you know how many years people have been in the industry? Or people like Toya and Imal have been in the industry? It took years of hard work to get to where they are. So if you really want to get to that point, you need to be able to serve your time too. And that is not easy. Before you tell me you are not there, you don't understand. It's not easy, but like you said, you can always say no.
Of course.
Where one door is closed, there is another door that is widely open for you to step in and explore.
It's just hard work that will take you to that door.
That will take you there. Still on this matter of wanting to get with this person to get to that person. You're giving the advice, you're giving our mind, saying what you think that can be done. But you know that even though you still say that you don't want to do this, there is this way that they consider a punishment by telling some other producers and some other directors not to use this person because they do not take their advances or because of other reasons. What's your take on that and how do you see it?
The first thing I'm going to say is that if apart from industry, if you meet a man and the man asks you out, you can politely say no. And sometimes you see girls, they'll be so rude about it. They'll even abuse the man like, what?
Yes.
It was saying me, see what? So sometimes, all those people too, they do it to all these producers and directors.
Okay.
Just because somebody asks you out, bullshit, they're like,
you care.
What do you think you are? So most of them want to show that girl who they are. They will now call their friends. That you think that if I don't use you, other people will use you. So those other people that will use you, I will call them and tell them not to use you. That is one. Then secondly, some people are just naturally wicked. They will say that ọmọ yìí máa padà wá bẹ̀bẹ̀, ó máa fi ara ẹ̀ bá ẹ̀bẹ̀ mi ni tó máa bọ́ra sí wò. But look what máa ṣe fún. You just know in your mind that this person that wants to show you shege, your God is capable of showing that person shege pro max. So don't worry. Just tell God that there's somebody that says that he's going to show me shege. I want you to show him or her shege pro max. God will answer. But when you were swift, it will not be at that time that you were so hot. Just calm down.
But at the end of the day, I feel like either by interest or not, it still doesn't sit well.
Yes, it should not be happening.
It's a
very wrong thing. And that's you putting yourself to be God. Saying that ọmọ yẹn kò níbi tó ń lọ, máa bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ everywhere tó bá ti fẹ́ pè báyìí, máa bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́. Now you God.
Even go as far as beyond people that did not ask out. Probably because you don't like this person in the industry and because you have connections, you want to tell your other people not to use them. What do we make of that?
See, what I'm just going to say about that, I don't really want to go into it. But what I'm going to say about that is that, because to you have conscience. I don't want to know how mean you are. You have that thing called conscience, and it will judge you. So if you feel that what you're doing to a fellow human is good, keep it up. But if you feel that it's not good, if you have been doing it, just put a stop. Because nemesis will catch up with you. But if you are karma,
let's not finish it. But karma is heavy.
Karma, okay. And if you are fast enough, what about your children?
That goes deep.
They will go in their ways of life and meet a monster like you.
Even worse.
They will give them so much bad treatment. They will be so hurt. Because that person you are hurting is somebody's child. So you cannot hold somebody's life down just because you want to do bullshit with them and they say no.
Show that you have ranking.
Alone,
that's let God judge.
Yeah.
I don't need to be, but let God judge all of us, either openly or in our quarrel, in the either space or our small space. Yes. What was the hardest script that you had to take on?
To script or to act?
To act.
Okay. Hardest. We're not soft.
Hey, I am in ill of this woman's.
I cannot lie about that. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow that script will come.
Okay.
But me, TV, road to really, me, road to really shake me. To me, mama can script here lately. Don't worry. Won't get to the set. We'll kill it.
That's incredible.
Yes,
are you more of an impromptu person or you're more of a go by the script actor?
If you want me to go by the script, word for word, just give your script ahead of time. And if it's impromptu, if I get to your set now, bring your script. We'll act. We'll even make it more spicy for you. We'll help you to put some atarudu and pepper.
Did you see the smile on my face?
Beautiful.
That's pride. Like, I'm proud of you. Like,
thank you.
It takes. I know that people are not perfect, and either we like to know there are times when you get to feel like, okay, this is a lot for me. And if you're lying to a lot of people, you know that you're not lying to yourself.
Of course.
The conviction on your face that tells you like, okay, I don't think that there has ever been a time where I felt like this script is too much for me.
But I know that script will come. He shared it to share me. Yes, if script comes to my table frequently, like more often, of course, I will get one script. I'll be like, hey, this is every. I will go and buy standing mirror, very giant one, because I'll be rehearsing and all of that. But so far, so good. None.
That's very good. That's very good. So you worked with a lot of people in the industry. Is there somebody that you've not worked with and you hope to work with?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Funky Akindele.
Funky Akindele.
Yes, I love her so much. I love her so much.
What about her work mesmerizes you that much that you really want to work at? Not because a lot of people think that Auntie Funke, which I know very well, that she's an amazing actress, an amazing director. But what is it to you that feels like, okay, this person I really want to work with her? You know that these things are personal to us.
Her strength. She's a man.
She's a man.
And then, of course, Toyin Ayimako. Yes, I've been on set with her before. That's why I mentioned Funke Akindele, because me TV and Funke.
Okay.
Like me, Ojumola.
Ever.
Me TV. But Toyin Ayimako, me TV. But I it's a good title film. It's my boss that owns the film.
Okay.
So they played up at Yawo. So I was just looking at her on that set, like, she had to be
like,
I was having goosebumps all over me, like, see actor now, see actor. So I was able to act with her. And I'm very happy. And I'm hoping to act with her again. One day.
That's very good.
I love the two of them, and that is why, and Tony will always say that whatever anybody likes, they should say, Funke is a mentor. So.
That's true, Sha, because at the end of the day, we're just at the back end of the industry. We don't really know what is going on with these people. So, whatever anybody likes,
they are good people, and they are fine. They are doing well.
Auntie Funke, from me, from her, to you. They're hoping to work with you, I mean.
Yeah.
They are hoping to work with you and tutoring, like personal work, not because you have to work with her, but for the work that has to do with you.
Yes.
That's very good. In your entire career as an actress, what is that pedestal that you think that when you cross, you know that on you about my working polo,
Then
but when it comes to career, what is that pedestal? I think that when I cross this is my I have made it. She stands.
okay. Is what should I call it? At the moment I get the ability to produce back to back with my money.
With your money.
With my money. Not marketer money, not one investor. You understand?
I understand.
Not anybody powering a job for me. Like I can produce with my money conveniently without stress of hey, Shama wo, Shani wo, Shimaro wo. Any moment I attain that part of my life, then I'll feel so relaxed about my career. Because what I need that I know myself is constant production. I have what it takes to be a movie star. But for people to accept you, for audience to accept you, you need to be showing on their screen back to back. So once I can afford that, then God is good. God is still good now.
Definitely.
And God will always be good.
Yes, most definitely. He's doing wonders right now, but it's always good to have an idea of where you want to be. And that way you're able to understand how to work your part and it sets your path for you.
Yeah.
That is very, very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I've had an amazing conversation with you. And if there's one thing that I taken from you, it's the fact that you're very determined and then you stay focused. You know what you want, you go for it. You don't allow any discomfort or any hardship to determine how you want your work to go, which is a very, very good trait, because that way you stay consistent, you stay focused, and you're not exactly burdened. But if you like to give an advice to your people will say 15 years of self, but I think that 15, a lot of us are still trying to grow into puberty and really understand. So let's talk about your 20 years of self that has grown, that has experienced life, that's seen the ups, that's seen the down, that's tasted both sides of the world. What advice would you give to your 20 years of self?
If you have to do it better. If you have to do it, make sure you do it better. Think very well before you make decisions. Because when you stop being 20 years of yourself, when you get to 30 years of yourself, you will not look back at things you have done during 20 years of yourself and vomit. Damn!
That's deep.
Did I do that? How?
That's deep.
How did we get? Jesus, God forbid. Anything that you would do during your 20s, that when you get to your 30s, you now remember it and you feel like throwing up. Don't do it. Regardless of anything that is coming from it. Money, fame, comfort, luxury, anything that is coming from it, don't do it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bello. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, and thank you for sharing, giving us the insight into your career. And I pray it's already sealed, though. I don't need to pray too much. It's already sealed. This Guinness World Record is coming on to you because if not for anything, the preparations, the determination, the effort that was put into it to get it done is a lot. And we might not have been there for you to celebrate that when you were doing it. But always, when you eventually get this, we'll be the ones to post. I'll be there to celebrate you. And yes, I celebrate you. That's what they say in most of this church.
Yeah.
I celebrate you and congratulations to this lead that you have crossed. More greater heights, more endorsements, more production, more. Thank you so much. Please do not forget to like, to subscribe, to comment, and to subscribe. That is very important. My name is Just Goody, your host forever and always. And until we meet again, say bye-bye.